The other thing is this reporter who spent, what was it, several months studying.
Almost,
She didn't
yeah.
even know the basic, the article that she's citing to say that we've quote unquote inflated the numbers. She doesn't even know the basic definition of a hate crime, which includes mistaken identity. So, she was, she doesn't even start from where an investigative journalist should start, which is just understanding the law or the rubrics by which we're counting things. And we've never said that this was a scientific study.
Yeah, we were collecting. I mean, when we go back to the 19th century, we're collecting just reporting from the time. It's not like any of us on this call, on this recording, were alive to actually be around for them.
Yes, that's actually
It's
another important point because this is like, to be clear, that story did not take some report that we had, which had some long list, a table of incidents that we categorized and collated as quote Hindu phobia. What she did was, go through our website, cherry pick a bunch of examples of quote Hindu phobia that we allegedly reported, right? And then said, oh, 71% of that is fake. Like like we did not, like there is not a, I mean, there is not a single data set, right? And if you want to show, because again, we're not out there trying to claim that Hindu phobia is the same thing or exists at the same intensity or manifests in the same ways as hatred against other religious communities. And we're not making the claim of Hindu phobia in order to discredit the existence of hatred of other communities, right? And if you want to study hate in a systematic way, which is and we want to reduce that against everyone, right? We want to live in a pluralistic society in which everyone, it has the First Amendment, right to practice their religion, to not, feel like discouraged by it, to not feel like they have to choose between their security or their livelihoods and their identity. And so it is in the public interest to have a very reliable, kind of methodologically sound way to categorize and collate incidents of hate. And so if you want to say that we're fake and we're bullshitting, fine, but show us your data and let's actually see where the gap in perception is. Because if you really wanted to get to a point where we're increasing our understanding and working towards common solutions, that's what you would do. But instead, what you want to do is just use it to kind of further a political agenda and further trash us, right? And it's just very petty. And what I'd have to say to all these people is, you're welcome, because you have made a career and you've made money by focusing on HAF. So congratulations for you. You found a very good career in life. I wish I could get paid just to write hate articles about some other foundation out there. In fact, maybe I should look at that as a potential career opportunity. If it seems like there's a lot of grant money, right? I mean, I would say, like, at this point right now, just between some of the Tides funding for some of these organizations, like that Fremont letter, those fancy Trump lawyers, right? I mean, that had to be at least $50K for that letter, right? So I mean,
which
we're
one are you
looking at,
talking about? The Fremont one where we're
yeah.
accused of being foreign?
I mean,
That makes this article too, by the way.
yeah. And so if you think about it, there has been almost 7 figures spent on trashing HAF in some way or the other, because you have an organization that received $1 million from Tides. And if you look at their activities, the majority of their activities are HAF is bad, HAF is taking over America, and HAF kills puppies and all of these things, right? You have that other person who got a grant and spent months and months and months to write an article that said a lot of things, but also nothing. And again, so you look at all of this money that is being given to people, and these are people that say that they are committed to all of these wonderful things and they want to save everyone, and they've really learned that white saviorism. They've really assimilated very well, so good job. But what they're not doing is actually any meaningful work.